This is the Tri-State Time Machine, brought to you by Alex R. White, PLLC, at SueDistractedDriver.com. Each week, your host, Vanessa Hankins, and her guests share memories and stories about the past, the present, and the future of the Tri-State area. That's West Virginia, Kentucky, and the Ohio areas. If you used to live here, or you currently live here, you're going to catch yourself saying out loud, "Wow, I remember that." Now, here's Vanessa.
Hey guys, it's your girl Vanessa, and I'm back. I know it's been a while. I had a little bit of a, what do we even call it? I just had a break. I've had a lot going on. I spoke pretty candidly before about my battling depression and losing my mom and then losing WG so soon after, and I've just really been going through it, which I know a lot of my listeners are big lovers of WG. So I know that you feel it too, and I know that it's not easy for any of us. But I guess I'll start by saying, like, my love of the podcasting has not gone away. It's still there. It's been kind of a struggle. I've been looking for a podcast co-host, and it's a little bit more difficult than what I imagined it to be. I think because there's such big shoes to fill. And maybe I can do this by myself. I don't know. I miss the banter. I miss having someone to go back and forth with. I miss having someone making me laugh. WG was so good at that, and he brought so much joy to my life. So I guess that's what I'm looking for. And again, it's just very big shoes to fill. So wish me luck with that. Maybe I'll just keep on keeping on, and what's meant to be will find a way. But for right now, I'm kind of entertaining a few people and interviewing per se, doing some recordings and seeing how they go. Maybe I'll make a big mixtape, or do people even say mixtapes anymore? Is that even a thing? Anyways, maybe I'll make like a combination soundbite of all the nonsense that I've been getting into with these random people, and you'll see where my hesitation on some of these people comes from. It's really hard to find someone that you just vibe with. I was so lucky that WG found this creative outlet and later invited me to be part of it. He was so amazing at bringing in the crowds and making people laugh and really slowing down as the listener while he was participating as the host. So that's something I'm working on. I don't know that I'll ever master it, but he thought of things that I never think of, and he made witty comments that I don't always think to say until 5 minutes down the road. But yeah, so that's what's been going on. I've been battling a little bit of my depression and really missing my mom, and Mother's Day just happened, so that was pretty hard. I think the older that I get, and I think a lot of my listeners are going to relate to this, the older that I get, the more I realize how selfless my mom really was. Even when it comes down to emptying your bank account on payday because there's a dance this weekend, and you've got all the things. You've got the nails, you've got the hair, you've got the tan, you got the dress, the shoes, the meals, the photos. You've got all of the things, and it adds up so quickly. And by no means am I complaining, because I'm not. I'm so thankful to be able to be this presence in my daughter's life and to give her these things and be there for her. But as a child, you don't realize those things when you're going through it and your parents are footing the bill, and it's just a lot of reality lately, and I think that hasn't really helped my depression. So I don't know. I'm excited to get back on here and talk to you guys. I'm excited about work. I had Wayne County. I wanted to share a fun little story with you guys. I've had Wayne County the whole beginning of this year of 2025, which crazy. 2025. Can you believe it? It's mind blowing to me. But anyways, I had a little girl from way OW. So for all of you non-Wayne people, that's out Wayne. And we're talking like way out Wayne. We're talking like maybe, I think there was 13 people in their second grade class. That's how small a school is. But anyways, they came to Safety Town and for their field trip. And we had such a great morning with the learning portion, and we get out to the driving portion, and they are just terrible at it. They are so bad at staying on the right side of the road, at following the arrows, running stop signs. Like, they just weren't getting it. But these are country kids. You have to think of that. Like, these are country kids that don't have crosswalks. They don't have stop signs for the most part. They live out hollers, gravel roads. It's kind of a free-for-all once you live so far out. It's like you're almost forgotten by the State Department and the Highways Department, and I don't even know if that's the right words, but you know what I mean. You get forgotten, so you don't have all the road signs and warnings and signals, and you definitely don't have red lights and stop lights. I'm doubling what I'm saying here, but you guys get the drift. So anyways, if you remember a few years back, there was I think it was Chameleonaire. I could be wrong about that. I'm going to Google it because now I'm curious if I remembered it correctly. But there was this song called Riding Dirty, and it was a banger. Like, I've never even said that before, but yeah, it was a banger. And we loved it. And by we, I mean me and my husband. Anytime we went to the club, and yes, we had clubs in Huntington when I was in college, but when we would go to the club, if this song came on, we were like over the moon. Like, it was a great jam. So anyways, and I was right, it is about Chameleonaire, and it came out in 2005. So that's the year after I graduated high school. So imagine my surprise when this little bitty girl comes around the corner with her one hand on the wheel, laid back, and just completely, like, for lack of a better word, G'd out. And she says, "They see me rolling, they hating," and I lost it. Like, when I tell you, I almost peed my pants. Like, I barely made it to the bathroom. I've never laughed so hard in my life because that song has not been popular for years now. I mean, that was 2005. It's 2025. Again, wow, 2025. But that was 20 years ago. How she knew it is beyond me. But it was so funny. Work brings me so much joy, and I'm so glad I get to share some of the stuff with you guys. But yeah, that's my little funny I wanted to share with you guys about work. I'm kind of giving you an all-inclusive update here. So I'm going to go over a little bit of everything that I've got going on. I've really been thinking heavy about social media. I don't know if you guys ever do, but social media has become kind of like a pain in my ass. As much as I love it, and I love seeing photos of other people's children, like people I grew up with, and seeing how they're doing, it's almost become like this place that everyone likes to go to complain rather than celebrate greatness or accomplishments, or I don't know. It just doesn't bring me as much joy lately. So I've been there. I've been on social media. I've been active, but it hasn't brought me joy the way it has in the past, and the way that I know that it's capable of being. So working to be better on that. I need to do better on the podcast social media as well. I would love if you guys would interact with me more. I think that's a big deal that creates like this wall for me when it comes to the podcast social media. It's like I'm talking to myself, which ironically I am talking to myself, so you guys get the humor in that. Anyways, I'm cracking myself up. Oh, I'm such a nerd. Anyways, I am getting on my nerves by saying anyways, so hopefully I'm not getting on your nerves as much as I am my own. I'll try to do better. I am working on a podcast collab with the wonderful Elisa and Samantha from the Watch for Deer podcast. If you've never listened to it, go find it anywhere you listen to podcasts. Again, that's Watch for Deer. And basically, Watch for Deer is like I Love You in West Virginia. And so I love the name of their podcast. I love that they are having so much success. Again, if you haven't listened, please go do. They do a little bit of true crime mixed with comedy and just your basic housewife stuff. So like some of you guys might not be into it as much as the girls, but I love it. They bring a lot of humor to the table, and we have a good time, and I love their accents. I've worked really hard to, I guess, not dumb, to, I can't even think of the words. I've worked really hard to drown my accent and sound like less of a hillbilly. And these girls do not try to, and I don't mean hillbilly in a bad way, but these girls, they don't try to hide it, and it just feels like home. It feels like I'm hanging out with my cousins on my mom's front porch, and we're just shooting the shit, So go give them a listen, and let me know what you think about it. But I'm going to be on their podcast this weekend, and I'll share it on our page to let you guys hear it. We're talking about some pretty cool stuff, so I'm excited for it. Anyways, in other news, the city's doing amazing things. The new mayor is, in my opinion, phenomenal. I mean, he's not talking about change. He is making change, and you can see it all across our community, and you can see the togetherness, and I just think it's a beautiful thing. So that's pretty cool. So if you're not home or you haven't been in a while, and you come to visit, probably for a Marshall game, something like that, I think you're going to be really surprised to see the changes that have occurred here in downtown Huntington and across the city of Huntington. And we're fixing things that are huge. I mean, we're getting a new sewer plant. That alone is gigantic. I mean, that's huge. I'm down here in Westmoreland. That's where the sewer plant is. And it's going to complete overhaul. I mean, it's very old. I don't know the dates or anything like that, but it's very, very old, and it definitely needed revamped, let alone, a brand new one. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think that's pretty awesome. Some other exciting stuff is my sister moved back home to West Virginia, and those of you that know us know that my sister is my best friend, and I have missed her so much. So it has been wonderful having her here with us in West Virginia, and it's funny because, and again, this is a getting older thing, I think. My sister looks just like my mom, and she has my mom's mannerisms, and she absolutely has my mom's laugh. I thought that I had my mom's laugh. I know that the craziness of my laugh is from my mom, but my sister has the exact laugh, and it has been such a joy to hear her laughter, because it's like having a part of my mom back, even for just a few moments when it happens. So that's been, I'm tearing up even talking about it. It's just been a joy, and I've never been more thankful to have her back home. She moved off to the big North Carolina for several years, and I missed her so much. So it's really great to have her back home. Friendships. I have been really focusing on what it means to be a friend, because not that I don't care to have acquaintances. I don't care to have acquaintances, but I prefer counting my friends on one hand, that I literally do not have to think twice about any trauma dumps or sounding ridiculous or just sounding downright stupid when I talk to people. So I've been really focusing on what it means to be a good friend and what it means to have those great friends. And maybe, again, this is an aging thing, I don't know, but I can count my best friends probably on both my hands. I lied when I said just one, but I can count them on both hands. And it's such a blessing to have people that love you, for one. Love your spouse, because that one's huge, because how hard is it to like another couple? God, it's so hard. It's so hard to like a whole couple. So that's been nice. And then that they love our children as much as we love our children, and we love theirs as much as they love them, and we treat them like our own. So it's been kind of a beautiful thing to really focus on that and give a little bit more than I think I was giving prior in life. So that's pretty cool. Trying to think of what else has all gone on. If you follow me on any social media, or for friends on social media, I accidentally ended up being a volleyball coach for my daughter's volleyball team. And it is at the CK War Memorial Community Center. And it has been the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. Volleyball has so many rules and so many exceptions to the rules and so many exceptions to those exceptions. And I feel like a complete moron. Thankfully, all the girls that are on my team are fantastic. They're really good at the game. They have a lot of experience. We have a handful that are newcomers, but they've picked it right up. And the parents have been phenomenal. Like, they have helped me through it all from the beginning. And then I got my daughter in some lessons with her old elementary school teacher. Turns out she loves volleyball and it's her life, and Carly does so well listening to her, and she's growing every lesson that we have, and that I think that's pretty cool. But volleyball has also been just really fun to watch these girls grow and learn and just be themselves and look up to me and trust me to guide them in the right way. And I guess at the end of the day, that's all coaching is about. Of course, you always want to win, but with the league that we're playing in, it's more about practice and education and experience more than it is about winning. So I'm hoping that my daughter tries out for the middle school team. I think that would be pretty cool because I would love to be the mom in the bleachers that's going crazy, even though I have no idea what's going on. She's not really got into anything, so it's pretty exciting for her to be into something. Her dad and we're extremely proud of her. And we're also just really excited for what the future might be with this sport, because she's really took to it, and she's just naturally good at it. So I think it's pretty cool. Talking about podcasts again, we have been, and by we I mean myself and Mr. Jason Arthur, the podcast host for the Chairman's Club. And Jason, and I think everybody else will get a big funny out of this, I was writing down my notes for the episode. And I was like, okay, I have to talk about the Chairman's Club. I have to talk about the Small Town Big Talk. I've got to talk about what's going on with them because they've kind of been at a standstill too. But instead of writing the Chairman's Club, I wrote the Gentleman's Club. And I was like, wait, hold on. That's not right. That's a whole different kind of club. That is not what we're talking about. So I thought that was pretty funny. And again, I'm making myself laugh. I guess that's the kind of day that it's been. I think that his podcast has a lot of promise. It's interesting, and it does something that this podcast doesn't for the area. And also, Jason is such a nerd when it comes to history, and I love that. I love anyone that is a nerd about anything because they're just this big ball of information that they can just share with you, and you can learn and pick their brain, and there's something so beautiful about that. And I think that's a big reason why I value my friendship with Jason, is he is always teaching me, and I grow with him around. My horizons are expanded, and I think that's awesome. And I think that that's the most you could ever ask out of a friendship like we have. So I think that's pretty cool. But Chairman's Club is coming back. We've had a new episode planned for quite a while, but it has kind of been at a standstill because the goat. I was going to say the ghost, and then I said the goat. Oh, goodness gracious. I am losing my mind. But anyways, the guest has had a lot going on, and I don't want to tell you who the guest is because it's a surprise, but it's going to be a good one. And I'm just really excited about that. On to the other podcast, the one that I started. It was kind of like a mom's podcast, Small Town Big Talk. It was something I really toyed around with doing. It was a project I was really excited about. I started it. My sister-in-law was part of it. It did well. It was successful, but we just couldn't get things aligned to make it work. So I think we're going to say farewell to Small Town Big Talk. Maybe it'll get rekindled sometime. I don't know. I just wanted something that was a little bit more like this, with me giving you guys updates. I mean, obviously, I want to have subject matter too, but I wanted to be able to do this too. So I don't know, maybe this podcast takes a little turn. Maybe every so often, this is what you get instead of a podcast about a time machine, like a throwback or something like that. So I don't know. Give me your feedback. You guys text me, email me, Facebook message me, Instagram message, all the things, social media message me in any way, and let me know, like, is this something that you guys like, or is it like annoying as fuck and you don't want to hear about this stuff? You know, be honest. Let me know, because I don't know unless someone tells me. So, with that being said, oh man, I think I'm ready to jump back in. I'm excited to jump back in. This has become, first of all, it's become really annoying that I keep saying but it has also become, oh my gosh, sorry. My sister just texted me and said she chopped her hair off. Oh God. Anyways. Girls, we're crazy. We literally are crazy. Like, we do irrational things like chop our fucking hair off for absolutely no apparent reason other than we needed a trim. But we take a trim and we go too far. It's what we do. I'm texting her back. I said, oh my God, with a laughing emoji face. How does it look? Oh, so funny. Anyways. Yeah, so that's what's been going on with me, and I think it's exciting to jump back in. I think trying to make a few changes here and there will keep me interested to a point where I can keep the steady shows coming. Hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully it's the update you've been waiting for. I don't know if anyone wanted to hear about my drama with my depression and missing everybody, but all the other stuff is always fun. And again, go give Watch for Deer a listen. That podcast is really fun. And if you're out and about this weekend, I know there's going to be 9th Street Live comes back, and we've got Brad Goodall for the first Friday night. So that's pretty cool. So if you're in town or you live in town, come down and see him. If you are traveling into town, don't forget, if you're in town on a Friday night, we have the 9th Street Live, and it's been pretty awesome. We have Poto. You can drink downtown. You can take your alcohol from the different locations that you're, the establishments that you're going to, and like Sip, Boots, MU Cafe. I mean, there's so many of them. I feel bad that I can't name them all, but there's so many downtown. I guess that's it. 22 minutes in, and I think I've given you every update that I can. I love you guys, and I'm so thankful for you, and I will be back hopefully next week with a new episode of Tri-State Time Machine.
Thanks for listening to the Tri-State Time Machine, brought to you by Alex R. White, PLLC, at SueDistractedDriver.com. If you have a memory you want Vanessa to talk more about, just send her an email at tstm@mail.com or post a comment on the Tri-State Time Machine Facebook page. Did you like the episode? Be sure to share it with friends and family. It's the only way we can continue this fun work that we do. You can find a link in the show notes that you can use to share it. And be sure to let our sponsors know you like the podcast as well. Their contact information can be found in this episode's show notes.